The Kenya High Commissioner to the UK, His Excellency Manoah Esipisu, in the company of his wife and the entourage from the mission, presented his credentials to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II at Buckingham Palace. In his speech, he mentioned it was a privilege to present letters of credence from His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta to Her Majesty the Queen.
It was a privilege to present my letters of credence from His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta to Her Majesty the Queen a short while ago. It was also my pleasure to convey the President's best wishes and his thanks for the warmth and hospitality he enjoyed when he last visited here for the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting last year. Speaking of visits, it has been some time since Her Majesty was last with us in Kenya. Many of us from that part of the world will remember the year 1983, and we remember it with great fondness. And Her Majesty at this meeting earlier today also expressed this fondness, remembering with some detail how it had gone. But perhaps it is a visit earlier, 30 years earlier in fact, which has gone down in Kenya's history and that of our partners. I mean, of course, Her Majesty's visit to Kenya in 1952. There remains still a memorial plaque reminding all of those who visit the Kenyan town of Nyeri that in that town, a young princess became queen. It is also a reminder of the depth of our historical ties and of the permanence of goodwill and friendship amid the revolutionary political changes taking place all around us. Friends, Kenya, like the United Kingdom, finds itself in a fateful moment. Far-reaching political change promises to upend old certainties, to open new opportunities, and to reshape relations between a people and its government. Though I dare say that we in Kenya have got radical changes done with slightly less attention from the world's media. But just as the memorial to Her Majesty's visit still stands in Nyeri, so too we know that now, as then, and however things work out, we stand with our allies to defend values, principles, and interests that we both hold dear. That is what the United Kingdom means to us, and I imagine that is what our alliance means to them as well. I take it then that the task of Kenya's High Commissioner to the United Kingdom is to nurture and to strengthen that alliance as best as we can. Nor, as I have said before, am I alone in that view. Some of Kenya's most distinguished public servants, from Dr. Josephat Karanja to Bethel Kiplagat, and from Dr. Sally Kosgei to my immediate predecessor, Lazarus Amayo, preceded me here. They too were as adamant in defense of Kenya's interests as they were astute in advancing one of Kenya's most important international relations. I look forward then to maintaining and strengthening the friendship between our nations and our peoples, and one day to welcome Her Majesty back to Nairobi again. In a toast to an enduring, strong partnership between the government of Kenya and the United Kingdom, to sustained, strong bonds between our people, and to the long, healthy life of Her Majesty the Queen. Thank you. Thank you. May I now invite the Vice Marshal to say a few words.
I think you said it very well. My job here is very much as a supporting actor. I am here to make you feel welcome in your own home, obviously, but in our city. And let me first say that on behalf of the Queen and Her Majesty's government, you are very welcome here to London, and I hope that you and your family have a very happy and fulfilling time here in London, however long that may be. You come here at a very interesting time, as you mentioned. Once you've made sense of it, if you could let us all know, then that would be fantastic. But you are working on very important issues. You mentioned a lot of them in your own speech, but the relationship between the UK and Kenya covers a broad spread of vital interests for both of our countries, whether it's security, trade, people-to-people contact, and other very important areas of cooperation. So it's really important that you're able to do your job well, and that's where we come in as your hosts. And our pledge to you is to support you as you go about your very important work, and encourage you to make the most of your time here, and so that our shared interests can be brought forward. So I wish you a lot of luck. As I said, it is a very interesting time, but I think these interests have to carry on alongside all of the sort of the noise of the political debate. So I wish you luck in that. I won't spend any longer at the microphone, but I would like to raise a glass to your head of state as well, and toast the health and happiness of the President of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, the President. Thank you.